What's going on? I hope you're having a great day today. Today in this video, we're going to show you guys all the stuff you need to know about gathering early game and late game. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to go into our tent and we're going to go into our equipment. And you'll see I have the leather headgear, the leather vest, chainmail gloves, leather belt, and leather pants. Those are all early game items. I'm pretty sure they're given to everybody right at the start of the game. And if you tab over, because of those, you'll see I have 4 levels in botanist and I would have 1 level in geologist from the gloves. And then I have a geology 2 charm. So now you won't initially have that charm. It's not until I believe the 4th or 5th monster that you get the Balahara, which is the stuff you need to make the charm, and that would only give you 1 level of geologist. And then once you fight the Rompapalo, that'll give you the other stuff you need to make the geology charm level 2, which will pump you up to level 3 geologist on your skill bracket, which will give you 4 in botanist and 3 in geologist. And if we go into our sub menu or hit skill info, you can see that from, well, I bounced out of it. You can see that from botanist level 1, you get 1 extra herb per gather. From level 2, you get 1 extra consumable fruit, nut, or seed item per gather. For level 3, you get 1 extra consumable insect per gather. From level 4, you get 1 extra mushroom per gather, which is the important one. That's why botanist is probably where I would focus first, just because that's the stuff you're going to burn through quicker. Geologist level 1, you get 1 extra item from gathering bone piles, and then you get level 2 is the important one for geologist. You get 1 extra special item. Now the special items are the things that you trade with all of the people in all the villages. Not all of them, sometimes they want normal stuff too, but that's pretty much what you're trading to get items. And sometimes there's pretty good deals. You can get, like I got one that popped up that was they giving me 10 mandragoras for 3 of the item. And I'm like, that's great. Mandragoras are super important item in the game. And then level 3 gives you the extra item while mining. But that's not all you can do. So early game, we'll say you started out, you did your leather headgear, your leather vest, your chainmail gloves, your waist, and your legs in leather. And then you have your geology 1 charm once you get your Balahara. What you can do is, as long as you've hit the forest and you fight a Congalala, he's the monkey that carries the mushroom on his back. If you trap him while he's in the middle of the mushroom eating animation, most of the times he'll drop a piece of food for you, and that food is really, really helpful. So we're going to grill a custom meal. We're going to put on the veggies because I don't usually use the veggies very often, and this is a farming run, so that's what I'm going to waste on it. I've got 251 of them. That's what I'm going to use. The second ingredient doesn't really matter, so just use what you have the most of. Kufna cheese is pretty much the easiest to get a hold of, so we'll put that on there. And then this is the best item you can put on there. So the truffle tukanga. So you see I have 2 of them. It says sometimes increases the number of resources per gather of bones and other gatherable items. We're going to put that on. We're going to cook that meal up. We're going to skip our animation here. We're going to go out of here, and we're going to go out and we're going to run. I'm going to show you what this is capable of. Of course, we're in the weather of inclemency, which is going to be a little bit more annoying, but that's fine. We'll still run out. We'll do some gathering. Oh, let me actually go first things first and put on my farming loadout for items, because what that's going to do is make sure that I have as much slots as possible. So I'm going to go to my item pouch. I'm going to go to manage loadouts. I'm going to put my farming loadout on. And that's going to, you'll see there are still some items on there. And if you're wondering why it's not empty, it's because some of the items in the game are auto-craft items. So if you have mega potions on you, you're not going to waste your honey. So you see I got 3 herbs there. And then I got 5 blue mushrooms because of the gatherer skill and because of the food skill. Flash bugs I got 2 of. So the mushroom part is the crazy part. 5 blue mushrooms is a pretty crazy amount of blue mushrooms. So we're just going to run along. We're going to gather some stuff so that you can see. Some other things that you can see that are really helpful is if you hold your left trigger and look on the left side of your screen, we're going to avoid those Doshagamas. We're going to avoid the Raydao. We're going to go this way, go towards this nullberry. So see that nullberry? Now, if I'm not looking at that nullberry and I don't know where it is, I can use the left trigger or whatever the button prompt is for you, and then I can tab through the options, hit circle. My guy's going to grab that nullberry without me looking at it or having to find it. So just keep that in mind. Wait, why are we going this way, this way? Oh, Gemma's an assistant. Don't mind that. Now the honey, that's the only thing that the early game build doesn't help you with. So you see I gathered 2 there. That was because of the food, or no, that's because that's the normal amount you get. Sorry, my bad. The food skill can kick in with the honey, but it doesn't happen often for some reason. in order to get the Honey Hunter skill, that's actually an armor skill from the Lollabarina gear. I think a couple other pieces you have it too, like the bug one that you get from the mosquitoes. Can't think of the name right now because I'm having a moment. Oh, there's a lot of monsters on the battlefield right now because of this weather. But we're going to keep gathering. And in order to get the Honey Hunter level 3 and these perks, you kind of got to wait until late game. I'm just trying to find a one of the special items so that you guys can see that it does indeed affect those two. So where you could normally get 1, we might actually get 3, which is really, really going to increase the amount of time, or the least amount of time that you can trade on them. So you can just start trading for stuff right away. So we're going to run over here. We're going to go down into the Oasis because that's going to be the best place to show you that special thing. So we're going to grab the Parashrooms. See, I got 4 of them. Flowfern, I got 3 of them. We're going to run down. If you don't know about this spot, we can put a camp down here. Super helpful. So now we got this right here. So that's a special item. I got 2 of them. You normally only get 1, so the armor skill kicked in, right? This time, I got 2 of them. That's because of the armor skill. You'll see every now and then you can get 3 or 4. And when that happens, that's because of the food skill. So we're going to jump down here. We're going to go here. And we're going to actually jump off. And we'll show you that you can actually have this pop on your mining as well. So you'll see I popped up 2, 2, and 2. So that, and then the last one, I got 3. So when it pops up 3, that means your food skill kicked in as well, right? So Wilk Pebbles, 3, that means my food skill kicked in. You can have a lot of extra stuff kick in, which is super helpful. And we're actually going to capture these guys because these are money fish. If you just shoot your net at them, it's the easiest way to capture them. So I got a platinum scale. That's worth, I believe, 2,000 zenny. That's worth 1,000 zenny. And then that guy is worth 1,000 zenny. So just, you know, food for thought as you're going along. I got 6 of the nuts. That's crazy, crazy amount of stuff. So now we're going to run out. We're going to try to find a bone pile real quick so that you can see that that food perk actually pops on the bone piles as well. We're just going to keep collecting all these special items as we're going down. So fossils, fossils, oh, so that's another thing. Let's see if we can't find that. She just said that. Probably I'm not going to find him before he runs away. No, when she says, like, what's that creature carrying that? There's usually a little crab carrying a coin. Oh, no, it's right there. So he just dropped it out here. So Ancient Wyverian Coins, that's another special item that randomly pops up. So just keep an eye out or ear out open for when she says stuff about that. And now we're going to run over and we're just going to go to where I know there's a bone pile so that you guys can see that this works on all sorts of different items. And this is a really good early game loadout. You can have it fully kitted out except for the Honey Hunter. By time you, I think it's like the 5th or 6th mission, you get to fight the Rompalo. And you can just farm them up for a couple pieces and upgrade your Geologist gem. So now here's a bone pile. So 2, 3 relics. The relic is the rare thing. And then 2 sturdy bones. And you can stand around these even longer. And your cat will actually harvest stuff. And sometimes Alma will harvest stuff as well. So it's an easy way to farm. And now this is really important for you to do because it's not as easy to get a hold of items. Like, I don't know if you ever played World of Rise. It's a lot easier to get a hold of consumables and stuff in those games than it is in this game. There is a late game gathering system, but it's much slower, that's all. So you have to use a combination of the gathering system, this right here, and you want to use the ship that comes as soon as you get to high rank that send them out for consumable items. That's going to be your best bet to make sure that for late game you're prepped with all the items that you can use. And if you want to set up an early high rank set of gear that'll get you the stuff you need. Also, tip for the day, if you gather the Great Thunderbugs while they're out, you get a free shock trap. Look at that. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. If you have 3 Lollabarina pieces, you run your leather headgear and I believe chainmail, maybe gloves with the slots available, you can stack botanist up to level 4 pretty quickly, and you can have your Honey Hunter level, and then you can have your Geologist levels maxed out with your charm. So just keep that in mind, that those are still really important perks, and they'll help you out in the high rank stuff because you're going to be burning through materials pretty quick, especially if you're making a lot of mistakes like I do. So I just wanted to pass this along. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe, come back, watch another one.